Sounds perfect. Okay. Yeah, baby. I've already started, but it's fine. Absolutely. Is Sam asking that? Oh, yeah. Are we here? Yeah, tomorrow night. Yes, perfectly fine. All right, I'm live. I just realized that. I am so sorry if I've been live. Okay, we're just kind of starting a little early here because I'm trying to make sure I have all my systems in place for this training. So let me grab my slideshow. No, that's not what I want. No. Okay, I also want, so if you are seeing me already live and you're joining me, I'm sorry that I'm like so unprofessional here. This is my second time doing Zoom live on Facebook. And I can't see anybody's comments as of yet. Oh, I do see comments. Okay, let me see. There is a delay too, so I know I could be seeing your comment a full minute or two after you comment. Hopefully only a few seconds. So just letting you guys know that too. So thank you for being so patient with me here. I am really just trying to figure out how to use this thing. Okay, so it looks like people are joining, so I don't want to keep you waiting. I'm going to start in 2 minutes, 2 minutes. So tell me who's here. How are you? I see people here, but I don't see you. I see you, Blanca. Great. Sounds good. Hi. Okay. Okay. One more minute and we'll get started. There's got to be a better way to do this in the future because this is not professional. Okay. Hey, everybody. If you're joining me, come on in. If you're here in the group, come on in. Let's get this party started. I'm looking at my phone because I do not have a virtual assistant helping me at the moment. I'm going to have to start getting my virtual assistant help going here so that she can help me with this kind of stuff. Okay. Let me just set this up. All right. I may not be able to see comments. That's going to drive me nuts because I love to engage with you guys. You know that when I do these. All right. Okay, we're going to get officially started in 3, 2, 1. Increase your Facebook reach. Let's talk about some social media 101. If you guys could do me the favor of commenting on this live, letting me know audio is A+, because I'm using a different form of audio. Am I too loud? Am I just right? Is it breaking up or is it coming in loud and clear? I have no idea. So please let me know that. And then I'm pulling up our slideshow here and I'll pull myself off a camera here in just a minute and get the slideshow going. So welcome everybody. I'm Coach Bess, for those of you who don't know me as well as some of our OGs, our long-termers here. And I have been working my health coaching business. So I've been working my whole business, which includes you guys, for going on 9 years. January will be 9 years. But I've been working my health coaching business even a little longer than that. And I'm a lot of this that I'm pulling to train you on here has to do with how I do that, my health coaching side. Okay. So I want to be really clear on that. I'm not now business coaching and telling you how to, make this money and make this reach and expand your influence. And I'm not really doing it. I'm still doing it with you in the trenches of this industry, with the people that I'm about to show you how to reach them. So I really feel like I can speak authentically to this for you. And like I told you guys in the promo for this training, 1 year ago, it was like 14, 15 months ago. I know it wasn't longer than that because I want to say it was July when I took my last count on the page, July of last year. And it was 1,200 or 1,500, no more than 1,500 people. I think we were at 1,300 trying to get to 1,500. And so that was my following for a good long while. And this is on the Fresh Start for Health page. So I am speaking from my last few years, but also really specifically from my last 1 year of concentrated look. I'm going to make a difference with this. This can't continue. I need clients. I need the kind of people reading and following and listening who actually need and want the stuff I'm sharing. I just need this to be different. My territory needs to be expanded, and I need this to be different, is what I said. And sure enough, it's a year later, a little over a year later, and our page is at over 4,500. And it's not just the likes, guys. Likes don't really matter. They matter, but they don't matter. So it's not about the likes. It's about the fact that they are engaged, happy, people who want to share what I'm putting on the page, people who convert. So they either get on my list and then convert into a client, or they convert into a client right from Facebook. In fact, 2 years ago, when I was so very, very sick, when I first was figured out I had Hashimoto's and I was just super sick, you guys. Facebook was my primary client generation tool. So I'm really passionate about this, and I really believe that I can help you here tonight if this is something you struggle with. So come on in, everybody, come on in. I'm Coach Beth, like I said, and I am excited to share this with you tonight. Let me share my screen. So you might see me go away. I'm not sure yet how this is going to work. Okay. How did it work? Am I little on the screen for you, or do you just see the slideshow? Can you guys tell I don't know what I'm doing with this Zoom to live thing? Okay. Comment to me here in the group if you can. I'm looking, when you see me turn like this, I'm looking at my phone to see if I have new comments, okay? So let me know, audio is good. Tell me who's here, say hi. I can see you on the comment thread on my phone, but I cannot see any comments here. So just a heads up on that. All right, so here's the slideshow. I hope that you can see it well. Let's see here. So we're going to increase your Facebook reach. So let's get going. We've got a lot to cover. And I was really torn when I was getting this ready for you guys, because there's like 100 things I want to share with you. Because obviously 9 years of business, I have a few things I can share with you, right? But I knew that I couldn't just fire hose you with this stuff. So I pulled back and I was like, okay, what is most important? So what I believe is most important is, first, you need to stop, pull back in your Facebook efforts. And if you are a brand new coach, you're going to do this. If you are an existing coach who's been working for a little while and your Facebook is crickets, you want to do this. If you are really kind of excited about where your Facebook is going and that you've got really great results happening on Facebook, you're still going to want to do this, okay? Let's talk about your situation on Facebook and where each of you are at. So let's take a quick look at your situation. Let's take an assessment. So first of all, step back and say, when I post on Facebook, is it crickets? And we hear this a lot, but we hate when it's us, right? If it's crickets every time you post, no matter what you post, then this training tonight is gonna just take your business in a 180. I promise you. If you have some things that you're kind of figuring out are working, keep doing those things and take what you can from this training for the other things that aren't working. So I hope that helps you, because I know I'm speaking to a wide range of working coaches here tonight. So I don't want to lump you all in the same box. Maybe you have issues with wondering when and what to post. So yeah, I'm posting and sometimes it's hit and sometimes it's missed. But I just get overwhelmed at the whole idea of coming up with what to post and knowing what to post. I've got you. Tonight's training is going to straighten this out. Okay. So no worries about that one, if that's the case for you. All right. So in your kind of pulling back and taking a little bit, we are going to do a full assessment here in a second. Got 5 questions I'm going to ask you. When I say full, I just mean 5. I don't mean a 5-page assessment. I'm trying to look at y'all's stuff here because y'all are chatting, which is great. Keep chatting. Okay, so yes, audio's good, video's good. Thank you guys. Okay, I'm small next to the stuff. Great. Okay, 3 things that are key on these 2, hearing crickets and also not knowing always when and what to post for those that you serve. So there's 3 things that are key to remember. And we kind of talk about this. You guys have heard me. I'm going to talk about this whether we are talking about Facebook, your website, any other social media platform you're going to utilize, workshops you're going to hold. Everything you do in your business is actually going to fall under these 3 pillars, right? Whenever we are sharing, so content sharing is a term I use a lot, and that just means whenever you're talking. So whether you are writing, making a video, putting together some graphics, putting together a workshop, on someone else's podcast, holding your own podcast, no matter what, you always want these 3 pillars in place. Ooh, I'm so excited tonight. I'm actually spitting. Did you guys see that? I spit. It could also be that I just had that drink of water. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, good. You guys are chatting. Great. Welcome, everybody, if I didn't say hi yet or see you yet. So 3 things that are key. You guys have probably been reading them while I've been yakking over here. Your message is number 1. Stop and look at what message you are speaking, taping, recording, whatever, to your people. It should always be true to your vision and mission for why you're doing what you're doing, okay? It should always lead back to that, and it should speak to those you serve for the need that they have. So you definitely want to make sure you are mixing my message is on point and I'm reaching the people who need my message. Those are 2 very important things to be mixing. You're going to use a content calendar or content plan, however you want to put that, to remain focused around your next offering or signature program. So this right here could be its own training for days. Okay, so I had a hard time just putting this in 1 paragraph. If you want to dig into the content calendar idea, your next offering idea, I have mini courses on both of those things. So you let me know if that's something that you need more on, okay? Because I can't spend the time on it tonight, but that is super important. And I believe that is the first thing that you should have in place to even talk about when to post on Facebook and how to utilize Facebook, okay? I forgot to tell you guys at the beginning to please grab a notebook and pen, because I'm going to have you taking notes like a crazy person. So grab a notebook, grab a pen. You're going to take some notes here. You will get this slideshow as a PDF. So don't worry about repeating this, but as you think of things in your business where you're like, oh, she said that, I know I need to do that, then start taking notes while we're here together on this training. Second thing that's key, your brand, when you go to share consistently content on Facebook, your brand needs to be so super clear for you, because it's going to simplify how you produce your content. So if you know, okay, and I mean your physical brand, okay? We're not talking about your message here. We're talking about the appearance of your logo, the colors that you are using consistently on your website, on your graphics, in your newsletter, and on your social media sharing. Your fonts need to be consistent. What happens many times is we are all over the place. We're making stuff pretty. and we've got 6 colors going, 16 fonts going. No, we have got to simplify this thing, and you've got to zone in and settle in on 1 to 2 fonts. I always say pick a script and pick a printed font. So a sans and a script, okay? And then you can change up your sans. A sans is a printed looking font. You can change that up by bolding, larger size, medium size, small size, italicize, but it's the same font. You're capable of doing that, but you don't want to be all over the board with prettiness that is not bringing clarity to the people who are following you. They need to be able to see your colors and be like, oh, that's Coach so-and-so. That's her brand. With me, I want them to know those bright orange, bright green, and bright blue that I use everywhere. That's Fresh Start. You know, I want them to see the apple and know that it's Fresh Start. So be thinking about what elements you can choose to continue returning to, and you go and you grab those color codes. If you guys need a little tutorial on how to grab color codes, I can make one for you. Let me know. You name the fonts, find the font names, and you put this in a Drive doc. And you guys are going to hear me encourage you to set up Drive docs with any training I do, because Google Drive is a free feature attached to your Gmail. Super easy to use, whether you're on your smartphone, you can pull it up. If it's on your computer, you can pull it up, and you can work between devices. So always, always, if possible, use Google Drive. Pull up that doc and say my brand colors and fonts, or my brand, and put these things on that doc. That way, when you go to build your graphics, because I'm going to give you some tips on that here in a minute, or even if you hire that out, you now have brand fluidity, and you have brand recognition happening as people see the stuff get shared and come across their feed. Okay, use it on the PDFs, wherever. Your content is the third thing that's key, because without content, everything you have to share, whether it's free or paid or low cost or whatever, the content is the vehicle for what you have to share, for your message, your brand. The content is the vehicle. So that's why it's one of the pillars. Use a content sharing plan. Again, you want more information on this one? Ask me. I have a mini course already up in my Thinkific, and I could always find illustrations of what I'm talking about here. You're going to want to share multiple types of content: visual, audio, interactive, quickly readable, just little quick readable ones, question type content. You're going to want to share questions with your following. And guys, I have a great blog post on the Fresh Start coaching. What am I thinking? Fresh Start Coaching Community. Is that the name of my website? .com. There is a blog post on there, 57 questions, I think it's called, to ask your followers. They're great. You can use that blog post I've created for you and just copy and paste these and copy them into Facebook and use them as a conversation starter. Okay, so whatever these different types of content are, save them in Drive or Dropbox or wherever's convenient for you to save them. You're going to want to repurpose them later, reuse them later, I promise you. So save them in a folder for future sharing as well. Okay, I'm going to quickly check comments here, because I know I'm moving fast. Here comes the Coach Best fire hose that I tend to do to you guys when I do these trainings. Okay. Oh, Sue, thank you. Sue said she's so glad I taught her to use Drive for her business. It's just so convenient, because you can even write with your smartphone by using the microphone feature. So you can pull that Drive doc up when you're waiting on a doctor appointment, or waiting in line somewhere, or in the car line to pick up your kids, or whatever, and pull it up and be kind of audio writing your next post, or a chapter in your book, or another post to put on social media. Okay, so those are the 3 keys that we really have to kind of step back and revisit to make sure we're ready for the next step. So then what is the next step? Let's finish your assessment. You're going to ask yourself 5 questions. Is my brand and message clear? Meaning, do people know immediately what I'm about? Or do they think they don't know exactly what I'm about? Or they think I'm about this, but I'm really about that? Is it unique? Meaning, am I set apart in my field? So I don't try to sound like the next coach over. I just try to sound like authentically me. So that immediately sets me apart. And then I could be unique because I have a heart for this particular part of the population. Okay. Are you posting regularly? Number two, are you posting regularly? Now for Facebook pages, and I'm going to get into a page here in a minute, what that is versus a group and versus your profile. So am I posting on my page 2 to 4 times daily, most days? Now I do have my time periods where I am just so swamped with activity in my business. Like last week, I was not able to post 2 to 4 times a day. I was lucky to get a post up there once a day. Normally though, I'm posting 2 to 4 times a day. I am alternating what those posts are. They can be a question, then a video, maybe a video from my YouTube even. It doesn't always have to be a live video. Then maybe it's a graphic that's shareable. And then there's a link to my blog post. Okay, that's 4 posts. And then maybe tomorrow it's a quote and a scripture or my affirmations that I like to do. And I'm going to show you guys what my page looks like with the variation of posts here in a minute. We're going to go visit that page together. But am I posting regularly, and are some of those posts scheduled, which is how I schedule out my pre-created posts and graphics? And then am I still doing some live engagement though? You can't just schedule out and then forget about the comments and the engagement going on your page. If people are sharing, if people are talking, you need to come back and talk to them. And then number 3, am I writing, creating, filming? All these things are creating content, right? With my ideal client in mind. Am I thinking from their perspective what they would want to read? This one is super important, and I'm going to dive into it in point number 5. Number 4, have I tried different posts at different times? So if something's not working, it doesn't necessarily mean my audience doesn't want that post or doesn't want that type of content. It might mean no one saw it because it's at the time of day that no one's on my page. It might mean just that day it didn't hit a hotspot, but it could hit a hotspot again 2 weeks down the road. And I'm going to show you guys how I fluctuate content. And then if you observe your insights, now I can determine what's getting reach and when. So if you want to know what to post and when for future posting on your page, visit your insights section. And I'm going to show you in a second what that looks like. So number 5 gets deeper into the point I made in number 3. Am I telling my readers and viewers, or am I sharing valuable solutions to their problem? Am I preaching and teaching and telling? Because there's a lot of that goes on now. And I could be overstepping and speaking for people here, but I think people are getting tired of that. So maybe if I try sharing, encouraging, bringing solutions, inspiring, maybe I'll get further. So just sit back and just ask yourself these questions, okay? And I'm going to show you an article I wrote for the blog that gives you an idea on point number 2, where I talked about posting regularly. I give you an idea of a tool you can use if you don't use Facebook directly, which is very possible to schedule posts on Facebook directly. I'm going to show you that here in a second. But I also use a tool called Buffer. And I write about that in an article on my blog, and I talk about my system of how I post, how I schedule posts. So you can dive into that blog post when we're done here. I'm going to actually post both of those links, the blog post with the questions you can use and copy and paste and use them for yourself, and the blog post with the systems I use. So let's talk about how to increase your reach, because that's why you're here tonight, right? You're like, yeah, Beth, you always talk about this other stuff. Well, I want to know how to increase my reach. Maybe you've got crickets, maybe you've got a few engagements, but not anything like what you would like to have for the efforts that you are putting forth, okay? Oops, turn that off. Okay, so the first thing we do to increase your reach, get your page properly set up, your brand, your message, your content, but also your actual page. So let's talk about, and this is where I'm going to actually stop sharing that thing right there, and I'm going to pull up another screen and try to share that with you. This is where you're going to get a crazy behind the scenes look at my Healthy Living business side page, which is called Fresh Start for Health. So give me 2 seconds. I'm going to start showing you some things, okay? Are you guys ready for this? Get your notebook and pen ready. This is going to get good. I have not been able to go back and look at your comments, by the way. I tried and I ended up getting feedback. So I apologize for that if you guys are talking to me. I will go through every comment at the end of this training and either answer in chat or even individually. So please do not hesitate to comment to me and talk to me on this live cast, okay? So here's my Fresh Start for Health Facebook page, and I hope you guys can see it. I actually do need at least one of you to tell me if you can see this. If you can see this, the Fresh Start for Health Facebook page, would you please give me, like a thumbs up or just let me know in the comments, yes, we can see your Facebook page. Because I want to make sure you can see everything that I'm about to point to. Otherwise, that's going to be frustrating. I'm going to get to the end of this thing and you never saw it. But I'm about to walk you through quite a bit of stuff here. So someone please comment on here and let me know that you can see this. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go on pretending that you can see it. So let's look at a couple things. So the first thing that we said we were going to look at, actually, what was the first thing? Let me go grab my, get your page properly set up. We said brand, message, content, page. I was going to show you the difference. Okay, here's the difference between a page, a profile, and a group. This is my page. This is a business page, and you guys can see all the business stuff up here. Ad Center, Inbox, Manage Jobs, Notifications, Insights, more. If we click on my name here, that is my profile. So a lot of people call their personal profile on Facebook. See how when I have my little cursor on it, it says profile? People call their profile their page, and it's not. So start calling it your profile, especially if you and I are talking about it, because you're going to help me understand what part of your Facebook you're talking about, okay? And anybody comment and tell me everything's good on seeing my Fresh Start Facebook page? I can see it on the recording, so we're good. Thank you, thank you. Okay, this is a page. Now, I also have groups. So this is one of my groups. That's my book beta group. And I have the Fresh Start Club, which is linked to this page, which is a group. So groups, as you guys probably know, are like what you're in right now. They're private if they're set up that way. Sometimes they can be top secret even. They are the place where you take whatever relationship you've started building with your people here on the page. The purpose of a group would be to have a place to capture them a little bit more and capture them for your sake as a business owner, but also for their sake to be able to see more of your stuff, but also to be able to engage with you, learn from you, have more conversation with you, okay? Because on the page, it's like almost like a website, like it's hit or miss. They might see it, they might not. And you guys see that when you look at your insights, I'm sure. When we talked about insights and how that will show you what's getting seen when and what your hot content is and what's got you crickets, you would go here to insights, just like I clicked on that tab, okay? And so you're gonna go here, and my stuff is all over the place right now. Had I done this training, even, let's see, 2 weeks ago, you guys would have seen a tremendous difference because I wasn't sick. I've been in a sick flare for about 2 weeks, and we were rocking and rolling consistently. So I want to show you that. So look at the numbers here. Here's reach, okay? I'm highlighting so you guys can see it. See how it's all over the place? Now, I'm going to scroll down so that you guys can see a couple weeks ago. Look at this reach. This is my typical reach when I'm not sick. And actually, I've got a precious VA that's going to be working with me. So this will stay consistent anyway. But this is what my typical numbers look like. 645 people saw it. 13 liked it. 57, what is this? What is it? Let me see what it says. Engagement. Clicks and reactions, comments, and shares. Sorry about that. So here's reach. Okay, reach, clicks, engagements. Reach, here 645, 13 clicks, 57 engagements, which could mean likes, shares. It's all over the place. So let me actually go to this one so you can see it on the page. So this is what this post looked like. It got 33 likes, 14 loves, 3 comments, 7 shares. This, give or take, is one of my typical numbers for a graphic like this. Although I'm going to show you guys something else, you can see here 1.1K, 1.2K, 1.2K. Let's look at these. On August 27th, I shared this graphic, which, by the way, guys, I share this almost monthly and get the same numbers. I don't know if it's new people or the same people. I haven't stopped to look at that, but this graphic gets shared tremendously, and it took me about 10 minutes to make this with the strategies that I'm teaching you on this training, sticking with 1 to 2 fonts, 1 script, 1 print, sticking with a certain look, branding it to your URL. You see down here, I'm not using the logo because my logo is super colorful, so it doesn't always look good on a graphic like this. You saw on the last graphic how I could make my logo look good. When it looks good, use it. When it doesn't look good, use your URL. Either way, brand your graphic. Make your own beautiful, brandable graphics. I'm going to share with you the tools that I use for this. I use Canva and I use PicMonkey. Canva has a free level and $12 a month level. PicMonkey costs 70 some a year for an entire year. PicMonkey is amazing. I actually do most of my square graphics in PicMonkey. I got 1,100 people reached, 37 likes, 21 love, 4 comments, 17 shares, 35 clicks. Okay, lots of engagement. So here's why this is so valuable. And no, I didn't get this kind of engagement back when I had 1,200 people on this page. That's why I want to help you take your page to this level of likes and engagement, right? Because I didn't get this kind of engagement back when. I was lucky if I got 3 likes on something. I was like, woo, it's a good day. 3 likes. Okay. I don't take this for granted. This has been hard earned, but not expensive and not ridiculous amount of work, just focused, concentrated work, faithfully done for a year. Okay. And this is what I do. I make these graphics on Canva or PicMonkey. If you need a tutorial on how to do that, I have a couple. They're in the free section of the website, okay? So all these resources I'm talking about, I'm going to get you the links when this training is over. So then I share it to the page. Meanwhile, when it gets all these likes and loves, I come over here and I click on these likes. When you scroll down the likes, you will see, and you can see the invited here, some people did not know about this page. So it said invite. The box would say invite. Actually, I have an example I can show you. This one, today's. So today's didn't get huge reach because of the time of day I shared it, but quite a bit of engagement still. So let's go on the likes. When you scroll down the likes, make sure that they are all either invited to like your page or they've liked your page, okay? Look here, we have a person who has not yet liked my page, who showed up on the likes. That means somebody from my page shared this and she was on their feed. She saw it. So this is what's getting you that reach, that organic reach. So those likes are what we call organic likes. Even the loves, do the same thing with the loves. Do that on every single one that you post later. You can go back much later and scroll down and do that. But that's a key that I was actually going to preserve showing you that till the end, but I'm not very good at that whole mysterious thing. Let's just talk about it. Okay, so that's how I do this. Here's another example. I put together a whole folder of these graphics, and I do use different fonts on these graphics, but they're still simple fonts and no more than 2 fonts per graphic. So I do change up my fonts, okay, because it would get really boring to only use those same 2, but only 2 per graphic. Do you see how it doesn't look busy? It's easy to read and it's quick. And it's a quick share. Look at the engagement on this. Let's make sure. Does everybody who has liked this, have they liked the page? No, she has not. Let's invite her. Anybody else? Let's invite Emma. Okay. So now I'm inviting all these people. And guys, I'm telling you, this one step of coming through here and scrolling down and inviting anyone who hasn't already liked it, this has been major. Now, if you're like, Bess, I'm not even getting 428 people seeing my graphics, well then yeah, then we have to go backwards even and work on some other things, put them in place to even get to this point to get these likes, okay? And I get that. And I'm gonna share with you at the end my #1 way of getting fresh, new, never met them, not connected to them likes, okay? I'm gonna share that with you, but not just right at this minute. So we're in Insights. And this Insights is showing the exposure at which times. So obviously, don't schedule anything on my page for 1 a.m. because there's no exposure. Midnight, 10 p.m. is very low. My big times looks like between 6 and 6, okay? Even 6 and 7, 5 and 7 even I would do. So that gives me an idea, and then I can see where it peaks too. What was I going to tell you guys about this? There was something I wanted to tell you about Insights. I want to emphasize something. This was a graphic back when I first was learning how to do graphics. It was one of my uglier ones. I still use it because it's still a highly shared graphic every time I put it up here. You've got to make your own graphics. Did I already say this, guys? I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself. Many times we just want to share somebody else's stuff and be like, well, I'm sharing high quality stuff with my my page. Well, yeah, but it's not branded to you. It's not, it doesn't have your URL on it. Okay. This sends them right to my website if they're so inclined, if they're so interested. So I need to be creating, and all of these I created. This is an old one too that I keep reusing because it gets shared a lot. This time it didn't, but I think I posted it. Yeah, I posted it at 5:14 p.m. So it didn't get a lot of reach. Had I posted it at 5 a.m. on Buffer, we would have gotten quite a bit of reach there. Okay. What did I want to show you guys? I can't even remember now. But do you guys see what I'm talking about? 1.2K, 611. But it is still all over the place. I cannot sit here and get all obsessively obsessed over what got shared and what didn't. You're going to use this as a quick glance. Okay, I can see that my AM postings are getting lots of exposure. So this was 11 a.m. 1.1K. I do believe it had something to do with that graphic too. This graphic was 8:11 a.m. When I include a link, by the way, see how over here it shows a link? So this was a link to a blog post. I don't get as much reach. Look at, even on a page of 4,500 likes. Also, it was at 10 a.m., not one of my hottest times, but it's because it's a link. I don't get a lot of reach on my links, okay? So you got to be really strategic about your links. Half the time, I don't even put the link in the post. I put it in the comments. I'll say link is in the comments, and I stick the link in the comments. And I probably would have gotten a 300 to 400 reach had I done that on that one. So this will tell you pretty quickly, links don't get good viewing, right? As much as a photo. So photos are a big one on this page. Okay, look at the link. Look how little it got. And it's a blog post. It's a heavy duty, high quality, awesome, in-depth blog post. It's ridiculous that they don't give us reach for that, but they just don't. They want us to pay for it. And by the way, I don't. I find hacks and I find go-arounds. That's up to you guys, what you will do with that. Okay, I'm going to peek into the group for a second and just see. Oh no, are you serious? Is it fuzzy? Heidi's saying it's fuzzy. Is Heidi the only one? No. Okay. All right, so I'm going to need to know. Okay, Dave said he can see it just fine. I'm hoping that it was because of Heidi's internet. What a bummer, Heidi. Man, if she doesn't have the most problems with her internet at this moment. Okay, guys, I just wanted to peek in the comments and make sure I hadn't like frozen up or shut off or anything. Let's go back to the page. I already showed you how to get these likes. Okay, how to get the reach, how to know what's good for posting when. Let's actually, because I think I'm losing my way here and I don't want to do that to you. Let's stop this share. And I'm going to go back to the slideshow actually. Okay. So we just went over and we looked at what's a business page. So the page is something you have to set up under your business name. It's separate from your personal profile. Now, according to the Facebook rules, you can always share things from your page to your profile on occasion, but you cannot inundate your profile with business stuff. So if you are currently using your personal profile, meaning Bess Blanco on Facebook, if I am using that to do all my business stuff, then I'm doing it wrong. I'm supposed to set up a Facebook page, which is pretty simple to do, and be posting things there. And yes, it doesn't get the same reach. So in the beginning, at least, I'm going to be sharing those things to some of them to my personal profile to be like, hey, join me over here on my Facebook page. So that's part of getting your page properly set up. Let your personal profile people know, and actually you can invite your friends to like your page. Don't be offended if they don't. It means they're not needing what you're giving. You only want people on your page who need and want what you're giving. You don't want a bunch of people on your page that don't want it, okay? And you just kind of utilize your personal profile to move people over to your page. All right, next, get your content sharing on point. Back to the first points that we made. Your message, your vision, get that clear, get your brand clear, and then sit down and put together your content plan. Again, if you want specific instruction on putting together your content plan, I have resources for that. I will share the link to my mini course and to the blog post on that right after this. So you want to get on track with a content plan and calendar. So you want to know what topics now you are focusing your sharing around, because even though you are working on bringing solutions to your readers, and you're working on your next launch, let's say that you're about to launch your small group coaching program, or maybe you're launching a workbook or a workshop or a video series or something. Maybe you're putting a course on Thinkific or Teachable. Work backwards and be sharing snippets of the goodies to your audience on Facebook, working up to your next offering, okay? But get your content sharing on point is really my key here. Don't share willy-nilly. Readers, you're gonna lose them. This is such a crazy day and age that we're in online. And when I first started a few years ago, like almost 10 years ago now it was over 10 years ago on Facebook, it was so different then than it is now, so different. And now people are only paying attention to seconds at a time. They're only reading a few lines. They're not reading in depth. And it's because they are inundated with information. They are just swamped and overcome with how much information is out there. And really, one of the ways you can set yourself apart is to not think of this as just a way to give more information, but rather, how can I build a relationship with the people who come onto my page? And if you start thinking like that, yes, you will share the valuable information you have to share in different amounts in different ways. But if you think like that, you're going to hear them. You're going to hear what they need and want from you. And they're going to feel heard by you. And they're going to trust you. And now there's going to be this relationship happening. So then what I always tell people to do when I'm working with my coaching clients or people in the academy or wherever we're working on their businesses, we talk about taking one day per week to sit down and really create some valuable shareable content. So this is a thing you can do without doing this every single day of your business. Compartmentalize. That way you can compartmentalize your mind and your activity. Just take that day, set it aside, and okay, today I'm going to make 10 graphics, kind of figure out how many you need. I'm going to make, I'm going to get the little blurbs from my blog post together. I'm going to get a testimonial, and I'm going to ask a couple questions. And so you're going to gather this content, get it ready to schedule. Either schedule it through a tool. Like I said, I'm going to give you that article on how to do that. Like I use Buffer. It can be any tool, or use Facebook directly. Remind me, guys, to show you how to use Facebook to schedule. Then daily, I meant to say then daily, respond and interact with the comments and sharing. So definitely talk to the people, again, who are following you, speaking to you, sharing with you, especially if you're talking about really vulnerable things. Like if I'm asking people if they have any prayer requests, or we're talking about something serious that went down, or whatever, where you want to be sensitive to the people you serve. And you just want to be present. So that way, when you do get on Facebook, you're not always getting on to post, you're getting on to listen, you're getting on to build relationship. Make it about the reader, make it about solving their problem, bringing simple solutions, validating and encouraging them, okay? Then, next step. Now you can come in, you've got these scheduled posts happening on a regular basis, you're figuring out when is the best time to post, and what types of things to post, and what's getting you traction. Now you're going to use live interaction and conversation through comments, live casts. There's other ways like what we're doing here. This is Zoom through Facebook Live. There's so many other ways to do this, guys. And that's what you're going to use to build that relationship out further. So when the scheduling's in place, now you have the freedom to do this live stuff. So the live stuff shouldn't be primary, it should be secondary, okay? And I think a lot of people kind of mix it up, or they get told that it's primary. It's not, it's secondary. Lastly, run a free offer. Now, you guys hear me talk about this all the time. For those of you who are building, websites and just really building a business, you're looking to build up your email list and have that other kind of pillar going in your business. Running a free offer, definitely you want to capture them to your email list. If you need more information on that one, let me know. But you definitely want to do that. But you want to make sure that you run something where you are giving them something of great value for totally free. Okay, all you're asking from them is their email. But this is something you're partnering with Facebook. So it could be a short challenge on Facebook, it could be a short video series or lives, or it could just be a digital download, and then they come on your Facebook page for discussions, or however you want to frame it. The point is, give something of great value free, capture them so that you can build that increasing relationship with them. And Facebook is just the perfect partner to do that. Like I said, a couple of years ago, I couldn't even do email lists and the website and Facebook. So I chose Facebook, which is so not healthy on a regular basis, but it worked for my 6-month time period of being so very sick that I worked about 3 hours a day when I was lucky, on a lucky day. And I worked from bed with my feet up. So I was super sick, super sick. So Facebook saved the day. And, having the email list, the website, and all that to come back to was powerful. That foundation was still there, and I was able to wake it up and come back to it. But Facebook kept the relationship alive because I was for sure in my groups, if you count both sides, and I was for sure ministering to people on Facebook still, and just kind of keeping that relationship alive through my sickness. All right, we're finally here. My number one tip to get likes. So how did I get those likes? How did I go from 12 to 1,500 a year in 2 months ago, July last year, to now 4,500 likes? And they're people who, obviously, you guys saw some of my stats. They're sharing my stuff and they're getting me exposure. I didn't pay for any of those posts, by the way. None of those were boosted posts. You guys could see that. And I'm actually going to show you something that gives you even more back end access. So we're about to go back end on my page again, but first, this is how I did it. Some of you who are my VIP clients, I'm very open about this. I've shared a tutorial with you directly, in depth, showing you this, but I am going to give all of you here today just a quick glimpse at how I did this. I set up a likes ad, meaning I think it's called promote your page when you go into the ad manager. And I'm going to show it to you in a minute. I spend between $1 and $2 a day. I am not joking. I will not spend more than that. And I was getting about, at one point, 4 to 5 likes per dollar. So that is, depending on what I had set it at, I was getting anywhere from 4 to 8 likes, or 4 to 10 likes on each of those days. And if you do the math, you'll be like, oh yeah, that's how she did it, because you can kind of do the math. But the other trick I just showed you while we were over there is really the secondary top way that I got to 4,500, especially 4,500 people actually want to be on my page. They want to see what I'm sharing. So draw those new happy fans in, not based on any people you're connecting with online, friends from your profile. We've gotten to the point where people are just so crazy with too much coming at them that they almost get mad now if they're like inundated with our stuff. So you don't want your friends and family necessarily. And I know a lot of gurus and a lot of people still teach that you go there first and then you meet new people. No, I believe with all my heart, the whole goal of building a business online is that you have the power to reach a population you would never reach in real life. And so if tech gives us that power, why not use it? Why not break into that? And why not stop pissing off our family and friends with our businesses, right? I mean, come on, can anybody attest that? And you may even be the person that you're like, I am so tired of getting the whole, I'm selling this now, do you want to buy some on my Facebook? Let's not be part of that. Let's be different. Your people that your message is meant for, they are out there. And if you are having crickets or you are feeling like your reach is just not there, you just haven't tweaked enough things yet to capture them, okay? But they are out there and they do want to hear what you have to say. So bonus tip, how to get organic likes. That's the tip I showed you earlier. You guys see how I was supposed to keep it all mysterious and I couldn't. It's time, guys. Your message matters, okay? So that's the end of my slideshow. So what I'm going to do is, hang on, don't leave me. I am about to take you back over to my page, okay? Let's go back to my page. Let's talk about this. And then I will let you guys get off of here because we're almost at our hour. Let's talk about, and I'm going to try to read comments, by the way, guys. So if you are leaving comments, I am going to try to read them before I get off of here in case there's something I can answer while we're here on the Zoom. Oh, there's lots of comments. Okay. Guidance on scheduling posts. Dave, yes, if what I already shared did not answer that, the article I'm going to share with you will. I am going to show you guys right now too on this page how to schedule. See it just fine. Hey, Siren Ling. Oh, not fuzzy. Okay. I am missing a bunch of comments. Are there any questions specifically for the things I've already gone over? Now's your chance to ask me because we have about 12 minutes here and I'm going to be showing you a few things on this page. If you guys can hang on for 12 more minutes. So be sure and ask me questions if you haven't yet. And you're like, ooh, what about this? All right, first thing I want to show you. Let's pretend that I'm posting directly to Facebook. And I'm just going to walk through like I would walk through as if I'm posting on, you know, a normal day. Okay. Hold on. I go to my graphics folder. I go to my social media folder and let's post 3 steps to health. This is another one that no matter how many times I share it, it still gets liked and shared and engaged and clicked on and it's crazy. So let's say I don't want to just post this for right now, or let's say I'm using this feature as my scheduling feature. I don't want to pay for Buffer because Buffer does cost. It's about, I think you get like a 2-week trial and then it costs like $15 a month. So I get it if you can't afford another payment somewhere. Use your free stuff first, guys. Get familiar, get comfortable with the whole content calendar thing first. So let's use what we can free first without taking on all these payments, okay? So if you're gonna do that, instead of saying share now, I click on the share now right here under Newsfeed, and I'm gonna go to schedule. I am going to schedule it for 6:30. Oh, it didn't want to take it. There you go. I don't know what this is about. I never used that. So today at 6:30, we're going to schedule this. Then you hit schedule and then you hit schedule post. So that's how you can use the scheduling feature internally in Facebook. Did you guys see that? And then now it shows up as one scheduled post. And then if I want to just keep adding to that, tomorrow's two to four posts for tomorrow, add those, 2 to 4 for the next day, add those, then I could keep doing that. All right, another way to get likes. This is super simple, and I'm sorry if you already know this. How does it go? Where is it? Uh-oh, now I'm like trying to show you something that I don't easily know to show you. Invite friends. So if you've not yet invited your friends to like this page, this is the way to do it. And I actually, if I were you, I would change this. People don't like to get the same default little statement here. Just try to change that a little, like, hi, I'm inviting you to like this page because I share really helpful recipes and tips for healthy living there. Okay, so I'm going to let them know right off the bat what I'm about to make sure they actually want to do it and not just do it as my friend. Okay, so that's a way to do that. That was under here, under invite friends. All right, another tip I want to show you, and I hope I'm not overwhelming you guys. I promised myself I would not just like throw everything at you in this training. There's so much more I want to bring you guys, but piece by piece, little by little, okay? That's right. I was going to show you the ad setup real briefly. Remember, I have a much more in-depth training for private clients, but I want to show you something tonight and not leave you guessing on how to do this. So right now I have it on pause, but I ran it forever. See, I spent $77 in the last 60 days on one ad. I reached 3,500 people, and I want to say, here it is. Here's a better look at it. Let's just look at this. Come on, does it pull it up? I guess not. Maybe because, does it pull it up? All right, so here's what I did. Here's what I spent over 140 days. Do you guys see the math on that? That's amazing. That's so affordable. I got 1,000 likes from this ad. This means the people reached were only 9,100. This means it was a 10% conversion. That's excellent conversion. Here's how I set it up. I put exactly what's on my page in the preview that would show up. See, so when this shows up for them, inviting them to like it, it's going to tell them right off the bat that I'm about food, faith, and family health. We're creating healthy habits here at Fresh Start. I wanted them to know that I was spiritual. I don't make apologies for being a faith-based health coach. And I wanted them to know that, but I didn't want it to be like shoving it down their throats either. I've tried other pictures, by the way, and this one gets the highest conversion. So I have played with this a little bit and split it a little bit. So definitely do that. If you're like, Beth, I'm only getting 2 likes to the dollar, then you might need to play with it. Don't give up. Keep your budget really low so you don't lose a lot of money while you're playing, but play with the little details because the little details in a Facebook ad are everything, okay? So I wanted to make sure that the picture itself was branded. I wanted to make sure they knew exactly what they were getting into here. See, they limit you to only 90 characters, by the way. I barely made it. Then here's the key. When you choose your targeting, I definitely always put the whole United States, but if you are looking for just a section of the US, you need to put those states, limit your reach. If you want Canadian and Mexican and Russian, and if you want to like include a bunch of other countries, you need to put them. Okay, so specify your location. I wanted to exclude people who already liked Fresh Start, which I think they automatically do that. I don't think you have to choose that. And then I knew my age. Now, this is something that you're going to get to know as you build your business up. As you guys get super familiar with your business, you're going to be like, I know that the age range of the people I reach tends to be this 10 or 20 or 15 year age range. So once you figure that out, you're going to want to use that because you're really going to, it helps you fine tune your cost to your results. Okay. Reach isn't always about, oh, I got to spread my wings and be able to reach 30 to 60 years old. No, that's not necessarily what this is about. This is about reaching those specific people in a specific portion of the population and making your dollars stretch to reach them. The other thing I knew was I have a very low turnout of men liking anything on my page, whether it's posts, my page itself, things I share. So and that's on this one. Now, that's completely the opposite on the Fresh Start coaching side. I actually am like almost, it's like 40% men, 60% women. So the Fresh Start coaching side, very different. Here on Fresh Start, I've tried to reach men in the past. I've had men clients over the years, but for some reason, when I go to do these, I only get somewhere if I put female. So you'll figure out who you're trying to reach and whether that includes men or women. I put their interests, and you guys can see here some of the keywords I've used. And then I make sure under interests that I put some of the brands that I consider myself side by side with. Now, I'm definitely not side by side with their reach, mind you, but with what I share. And that would be 100 Days of Real Food, Wellness Mama. So you need to think about who else in the field has a big reach that you consider yourself kind of side by side with them. Is it Wellness Witness? Is it, what's the lady that's on Dr. Oz all the time? Anyway, you think of those, is it Rachel Ray? Is it, think of who is level with you, or not level meaning you make as much as them or you have as much reach as them, but the messaging. What similar messaging of established brands would you want to reach their people? You want to reach people who already have the desire to follow those kinds of pages. So that's why I have those in there. I have Weight Watchers in here, clean eating, healthy eating recipes, eating healthy. And then I also added Christian prayer. Again, I want to reach the Christians, right? So then I was running it continuously. And you can see that at the end there, I had gotten to $2 a day that I was spending. This says estimated 1 to 2 likes per day. I got to tell you, that was not the case for me. I do know on my other page, I did pay 50 cents to $1 per like. So I cannot tell you that if you follow everything I'm teaching you here, that you're going to get 22 cents a like. But that was my average. My average was 22 cents per like. If you do the math over here on how much I spent and how much results I got. You guys can see I've played a little with boosted posts, not near the same conversion, results, or reach on boosted posts for me. That's not to say you wouldn't get that. So please don't judge my results or my way of doing it as the only way you should do it. It's just one way that I figured out how to do it pretty well for me. So I'm not going to sit here and market myself as a Facebook coach, right? That's not what I do. But I definitely wanted to kind of share a little bit behind the scenes with you, just to encourage you. If you are discouraged, or if you just feel like, man, I just want my efforts to go further. Well, keep going, keep doing them. The best thing I've done all these years is you couldn't keep me down. So I've been sick and I've been broke and I've almost been in a lawsuit with a website company, and I've had my website held hostage, and I've just done a lot of things wrong. And I've had an entire team and 2 VAs and a partner, and then I've been alone in this business. So I've, been up and been down and made really good money and made hardly any money. All I can do is share with you guys what I have found that might help you to kind of have a little bit of a template of what to do in your business as you build your Facebook, as you grow your reach. But doggone it, I cannot sit here and tell you this is the way. So really my heart for you is that if you can pull anything from what I've shared tonight, that's another reason I did it free. I was like, why am I doing that? See how habit is? Out of habit, I was like checking the notifications. If you can pull anything out of this that helps you, and that you're able to then apply, then I've done my job tonight. Okay. So Nancy, you're saying I attended a training Monday and they suggested we only post twice a week. I don't know anything about that trend. So the twice a week, I know for me, my readership would, well, you guys saw it. So Nancy, I don't know if you were here in the early part of my training when I went through my insights, but this is me posting only once a day. Let me actually show you. These are my numbers, 253, 433. This is the reach, by the way, okay? And this is my reach down here. I hope I'm not going too fast. Now we're talking. This is me posting 2 to 4 times a day on this page. 1.2K shares or reach, sorry, 125, 29 shares and 125 likes and loves, 611, you know, 1.2, 471, 1.1. So very different results when I am posting 2 to 4 times a day. So that's all I can tell you, Nancy. I'm not sure why they're saying, look at this one, guys. This one was almost this was almost 2,000 reach, 1.7 reach. Okay, pretty exciting. Yeah, so you guys can see the numbers when I'm posting regularly and how different it looked when I wasn't. So I don't know about that twice a week thing. That sounds a little interesting to me. Well, I hope that these tips have helped you guys. I was trying to see if there was any other questions that I could answer while I'm here. But again, I'm going to go through these comments and make sure I didn't miss any. The comments could be delayed for me. I don't know. I know my stuff is delayed for you. Yes, Nancy. Amen, sister. She said she was shocked by it, that suggestion. So I would say do what you know works for you too. Like you have an audience. You already are learning them. Keep listening to them when they tell you what they're looking for from you. All right, guys, so much more that we could dive into on this one. If you want more social media training, like how to do an event and use the event page feature, how to use live casts and Zoom to live or be live to live, or how to have a second speaker on with you and do a live, anything like that, you just need to let me know. I love to make tutorials. I love to bring this information to you guys. I definitely wanted to do this one because I was like, you guys have been waiting patiently and I was so sick again. And as soon as I started feeling a little better, I was like, I got to do this. So bless you guys for waiting. I hope I'm not missing anything super important, but I just want to thank all of you for being here tonight. I'll get you a PDF copy of the slides. I'm going to grab you those links of the resources I told you about, and let's get back together again. Let me know what you want to hear about next. And it can be anything, guys. It can be websites. It can be coaching skills. It can be time management. I love to help you and train you and work with you. So let me know what you want to know about. All right. Be blessed, everybody. See you soon.